Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal and welcome to another episode of the January Transfer Show. Now, as I always say, with Arsenal, every single transfer window is busy. It's been like that for like 20 years straight. Whether it's movements in, whether it's moves out, it's a lot of business. And this time round, we are here to talk about Maitland-Niles to Roma. It has been confirmed that Maitland-Niles will be moving to Roma on loan, no option to buy. So for those who want Niles to be here next season, good news for you. For those who wanted him to be sold, might not be good news for you because he will be leaving on loan and he will be back next season. He will be back alongside the likes of Bellerin. So let's see how that works out. But that's the latest news, as always, when it's confirmed by Fabrizio, when it's confirmed by David Ornstein, it is official and Maitland-Niles will be moving. So I've put a poll in the chat asking how do you guys feel about this? Are you happy with Niles moving or did you want him to stay? I'm kind of torn because of the number of players we have right now, but let's go to the actual news. Let's go to what Fabrizio Romano had to say first. So this is what Fabrizio Romano actually said back in December 26th, 2021 last year. Obviously, AS Roma are in advanced talks to sign Ainsley Maitland-Niles on loan with buy option from Arsenal as confirmed by Di Marzio. But apparently, it's not actually with the buy option. So for those, as I said, for those who want him to stay, it's good news for you. Deal set to be completed for Ainsley Maitland-Niles to join AS Roma on straight loan move from Arsenal. No buy option included, just final details to be agreed on player side. Then Ainsley will fly to Rome. Negotiations started weeks ago and now all set to be signed. And then he obviously goes on to say more on Maitland-Niles. Arsenal will receive 500k loan fee plus 500k bonuses from Roma. So for only 4 months, I don't think that's a bad thing for only 4 months. I actually don't think that's a bad thing for 4 months. I hope there was no echo by there. I had another tab running. Full salary to be paid, paperwork to be signed tonight. Balogun has also chances to leave Arsenal in January. Middlesbrough asked for him on loan. So pretty interesting. We could have like 2 or 3 players moving out of Arsenal this winter transfer window. We don't have to actually wait until the summer. So that's the latest on Niles. He will be moving to Roma. Obviously, that's where Jose Mourinho is coaching at the moment. He's been linked to so many players from England. Recently, he was linked to Granit Xhaka as well at the beginning of the season. Obviously, they have the likes of Smalling, Mkhitaryan, all of them there. All of them came from England. So pretty interesting. Tammy Abraham as well. So many players playing for Roma who have actually come from the Premier League. So what are our initial thoughts on Maitland-Niles moving away from Arsenal? How do we actually feel about this news? So my actual initial reaction is this is like the 5th transfer window in a row we are talking about Maitland-Niles. I don't think that is healthy at all. 2 seasons ago, he was supposed to move to Wolves. I think we blocked it. It ended up not moving. They were about to give us 25 million at that time. And then the other last January, he also moved to West Brom. Didn't really work out for him. He did good, but they obviously got relegated. No player wants the relegation in terms of in their CV, and they obviously bought him to try and survive in the league, but they didn't, unfortunately for them. That was the second time you're hearing about Niles. Earlier this season, obviously put up that Instagram story saying he just wants to play. He could be moving out of Arsenal. That was the 3rd time, and this is the 4th or 5th time we're talking about Maitland-Niles in different transfer windows. So is that healthy? I don't think so. So sometimes I look at it like you'd rather just get it done. If he wants to move, just let him go. If he wants to stay, let him stay. That's the first thing I have in mind. The second thing about Niles is now, throughout all those transfer windows, I've always said there's one thing that I've always consistently said about Niles. Him and Edin Nketiah were one of the first players to break through to the team. They are the first players to break through the team. With the current youngsters that we have, they are the first ones to break through the team. Unfortunately, it felt like Maitland-Niles and Nketiah got too comfortable around 2017, 2018. Because to be fair, they had made it. They had broken through to the team. They were traveling with them to Singapore, traveling with them to Australia. They were having the time of their lives. Niles had the opportunity to play at right back for an entire season. Nketiah has had a couple of chances already at Arsenal. So I do kind of feel they felt like they've made it already. This is how I look at it as well. I can't really say he hasn't gotten chances. Yes, recently, yes, but there's a couple of seasons where he had the right back position for himself. Maybe not the central position, but considering he had the likes of El Nini and Xhaka, not too good of players, like he had the opportunity to play in those positions. So I look at it like this. Martinelli came like 4 years after Maitland-Niles. At the moment, he's definitely overtaking him. Saka, he came in like 5 years after Niles, he's over as well. Smith Rowe came in 5 years later, he's overtaken them as well. All the youngsters we've signed recently, all the youngsters that have broken through, they've all overtaken Edin Ketia and Maitland-Niles, unfortunately. So if he leaves, do I feel like he's going to improve beyond this point? That's another thing. Personally, I don't think so. Some of you would actually say he has improved or he has chances to improve even more, but I don't think so. Because looking at Saka, I can tell you like, wow, this guy, like in the next 5 years, can be a wild beat. Looking at someone like Smith Rowe in 5 years, I can say the same. Martinelli, 5 years, I could say the same. Maitland-Niles, can you look at him at the same way and say in the next 5 years, he will be a baller, he will be a wild beater? I don't think so. So he obviously had it going for him 2-3 years ago. Of course, when he won us the FA Cup, he really did help us win that FA Cup. Aubameyang was very crucial for us winning that FA Cup, but Maitland-Niles playing at left wing back that time, he was very crucial as well, helping out at left wing back, basically defensively, beating City, beating Chelsea. He was really, really crucial, and it came as a surprise, kind of like Holding playing for us in the 2017 final against Chelsea. No one expected it. Same with Maitland-Niles. I don't think any of us expected him to play so well in a semi-final and FA Cup final, but he did, and he was one of the reasons why he won that trophy. So he does have good memories. But again, the other thing I say, if we sit down with you guys and we talk about Saka's top 10 moments, we will feel that, and we might actually leave some parts out, some moments out. If we do the same with Smith Rowe, we might find at least 10, 11 good moments or good games. Same with Martinelli. But if I ask you guys, if we sit down right now and you try and dissect top 10 Maitland-Niles games or Maitland-Niles moments at Arsenal, you would mention maybe 5, but you'd struggle to get to 10, and he's been here for 6 years. So you have to kind of think of it. Unfortunately, all the other players have come after him and overtaken him, and it kind of looks to me like he's 50-50 as well. He kind of wants to be here, he kind of doesn't want to be here. Same with the manager. The manager wants him to stay, wants him to go. So we are not sure. Some fans are split on him. The manager is split on him. Niles himself is split on staying at Arsenal. So it's a situation where I don't think it can be solved. So why I'm also very, very shocked and don't think Maitland-Niles has a future at Arsenal. Looking at our team right now, Thomas Partey is gone to the African Cup of Nations. That is one midfielder down. Mohamed El Neni has gone to the African Cup of Nations as well. That's 2 midfielders down. And playing for Ghana and playing for Egypt, I do expect their teams to go find the competition. Number 3, Xhaka can pick up a red card, a yellow card anytime and get suspended. And Lokonga has been out with illnesses a couple of times. So that position, we literally do not have any midfielder. If we are actually depending on Xhaka right now. And I'm sure most of you watching this, no one of you can really wholeheartedly say I really love Xhaka. I don't think so. So Xhaka is the only midfielder alongside Lokonga we have at Arsenal right now. Partey is gone, El Neni is gone, Lokonga has been ill and all that. So you would have expected Niles to come in for 1 or 2 of those games, but actually Arsenal selling him actually communicates 2 things. Arteta doesn't like him at all. He actually prefers someone like Patino coming in instead of Niles. Or number 2, actually Arsenal have a midfielder on the way in the next 1 week. That's the 2 things it can communicate. 1, they don't like Niles at all, to the point of even if we don't have a midfielder, it doesn't matter. We have better players in the team, maybe like Patino, people like that. And number 2, it does communicate maybe we have a midfielder on the way. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you make of this. Do you think Niles leaving is a good idea? Do you think he should have stayed? But it does communicate those 2 things to me at the moment. Either Arteta doesn't like him, or we have a midfield on the way anyway. Because I'm sure the Liverpool game could be postponed on Thursday. I'm hearing rumors about that. But that game on Thursday, we have Nottingham Forest on Sunday. We have Tottenham coming up. We have a second leg against Liverpool coming up. If we beat Nottingham Forest, we have another FA Cup game coming up as well. So those are like 5-6 games alongside Burnley and Wolves. We have a game in hand against Wolves to be rearranged. So in the next 4 weeks, we'll be playing 8 or 9 games. Our midfielders won't be there. Surely Niles could have played somewhere there, because I'm thinking right now, if we play Xhaka and Lokonga against Liverpool, if the game goes ahead on Thursday, do we play Xhaka and Lokonga again against Nottingham Forest? Do we play against Xhaka and Lokonga again against Tottenham? I don't think they can play all the games. So Niles would have been able to fill in that place. That is pretty interesting. So, and he's being left to go on loan with no option to buy. So, meaning he will be back next season. So that is very, very strange. Another thing, another option for us to play in midfield is Ben White. We saw Ben White playing at right back the other day. He can also play in midfield. Is that something we could possibly see in the FA Cup or Carabao Cup? Ben White playing in midfield alongside Xhaka. That would be very, very interesting because Ben White's ability to pass is very, very good. His tackling is pretty good. His blocking as well. I don't know if it's a position he really understands. I did a video talking about Ben White at the beginning of the season, 3 positions he can play. It was centre back, right back, and central midfield, but we've never really seen him in that position. So is that a massive risk? Are we going to promote Patino even more? Are we going to play Odegaard in midfield? Are we going to play Smith Rowe in midfield? Very, very weird. Another thing is when he played against Watford earlier this season, he actually played really well. There's a couple of, if Aubameyang was clinical, Niles would have had a couple of assists in that game. And since then, we've not seen him at all. So that again is very, very strange. We have opportunities in midfield and we also have opportunities at right back. When Tomiyasu was out, we had to play Ben White in that position. So are you telling me Niles had no position to play at all? So that is very, very strange, totally. So I'm thinking they definitely have a midfield and a defender on the way, maybe even a striker. This could be the busiest January we see, maybe 2 or 3 players coming in, 3 or 4 players going out, because I don't think we can survive without another striker since Aubameyang is out anyway, and Nketiah could leave anytime. All those players could leave anytime. Lacazette could get an injury anytime. Any of those players could get a booking anytime, and they're missing one of these games. So interesting, very interesting. Balogun, as you see, what Fabrizio Romano has actually said there. More on Maitland-Niles. Arsenal will receive 500k loan fee plus 500k bonuses. And he goes on to say Balogun has also a chance to move from Arsenal to Middlesbrough. So that will be very short in numbers at striking, very short in numbers in midfield, and very short at right back as well. Because as we saw, Tomiyasu gets injured like this, we are forced to play Ben White at right back. I know Cedric was sick, I know Niles was sick, but that is kind of a worry. So those are 3 positions we have to fill. Right now, we're in the top 4. We've done so well this season. We are currently in the top 4. Let's not blow it. We need to add on to this position so that we do actually stamp our position in that top 4. Let me see what you guys are saying. How are you doing, Aki? I'm doing good. RD12 says, I'm a fan of Maitland-Niles, but we need another midfielder. What are your thoughts on Wijnaldum? Yes, we do need another midfielder spot on RD. The thing is, Wijnaldum, I've always loved Wijnaldum. When he was about to leave Liverpool at the end of the season, I was asking Arsenal to sign him, even if it's 1 year, 2 years, doesn't really matter. I think he's very good in that midfield. When he was at Liverpool, if I was to ask you to tell me 20 best midfielders for you in the world, like skill-wise, none of us will mention any of Liverpool midfielders in the top 20. You'd mention, the likes of Jorginho, maybe Bruno Fernandes. None of us would say Henderson or Wijnaldum when he used to be there. All they were giving to that team was a lot of energy in that midfield for 95 minutes. So Wijnaldum can run from box to box. He can shoot the ball. He scores a few goals for Netherlands, for PSG already. For Liverpool, he used to score a lot of goals. And not a lot, like 20, but he can get like 6 or 7 goals in a season. The problem is, as of now, is how long can we get him for? If it's 2 years, I'd be happy with, because he's 31 years of age. Wijnaldum is 31, and the kind of team we're trying to build right now, Ben White, Tomiyasu, Odegaard, Ramsdale, Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, all these players, none of them is above 23. All of them are young. So can we really go ahead and buy Wijnaldum again? I don't think so. Another thought about that is, we remember when we signed Willian and when we signed Lichtsteiner, all these kind of players. The problem is, if it doesn't work out, you cannot get any fee for them in the second season. Basically, you're basically stuck with them if you give them a high contract. Same with Willian. Willian actually saved us by asking Arsenal to let him go for free without paying him any money. So there's positives and negatives about Wijnaldum. I think he can add goals to our midfield. I think he can add a bit of experience for sure in our midfield. He can definitely add to our numbers because we don't have any midfielders at the moment. We are missing on that. If we were to get him right now, even if it's on loan, I'd take him. Buying him, Arsenal fans would be all about wages again and all that. It's going to be a whole lot of trouble again. But I do like Wijnaldum. On loan, I'd definitely take him until the end of the season. He can bring some more quality, but the problem is He's about to turn 32 years. If we buy him and he doesn't do well like Willian in the first season, we are stuck with him. That's my thoughts on Wijnaldum, not Willian. Willian is still stuck in my head 2 years later. GGMU TV, how are you? Moutinho, that's all I have to say about to you. Loan FC back again. The funny thing is we never used to be a team that signed players on loan. I never even liked players on loan at all. Over the years, I think the first time we got players on loan was Kim Karlstrom back in 2014. Who else do you get on loan? I think Cedric, we actually got him on loan the first time. We got Denis Suarez on loan as well. You can hear those names. None of them have really worked out, and I do not like loans because of that. Ceballos recently as well. First season, great. Second season, terrible. Odegaard, the first 4 or 5 months, they've given him maybe a 6, but as a buy, he's been awesome. So, loan FC, I don't think we're loan FC. I think Chelsea are loan FC. If you check the number of players Chelsea have out on loan, it's like 50 players. So it's crazy. But for us, we've never really been loan FC. But at the moment, we have a few players out on loan: Guendouzi, Saliba, Torreira, Bellerin, and none of them I actually think are going to end up coming back at all. So that's the weird part. We have several players out on loan, and we're about to add Maitland-Niles onto that list as well. We also have the other goalkeeper, Ranason. He's also out on loan. I think we have like 10 or 15 players out on loan that I don't even think are going to come back. Mavropanos, I can keep going the whole night. So very, very interesting. Eric, I can see your comment. Thank you. So that's the latest news on Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles to Roma. He will be doing his medical in the next 48 hours. He will be moving to Roma on loan with no option to buy. So we will be back with us next season. So here's what Romano had to say again. First, he said back in December 26th, he actually said Roma are in advanced talks to sign Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So it's been cooking for a period of time. So it's not been like recently just they decided to sign him. No. He also went on to say with the buy option from Arsenal as confirmed by Di Marzio, negotiations ongoing, talks opened a few days ago as reported on last podcast episode on Thursday. That was around 1 week ago, but recently he's gone on to say today, 58 minutes ago to be precise, deal set to be completed for Ainsley Maitland-Niles to join AS Roma on straight loan move from Arsenal. No buy option included, just final details to be agreed on player side. Then Ainsley will fly to Rome. So he will be going to do his medical there. And then obviously it goes on to say more on Maitland-Niles. Arsenal will receive 500k loan fee bonus and fee from Roma. No buy option, full salary to be paid, paperwork to be signed tonight. Balogun also has a chance to move away from Arsenal to Middlesbrough. So here's what I've said so far about Maitland-Niles. Do I think it's a good idea for him to go? 50-50. It could be a good idea for him to get game time, but it could be a bad idea because they don't have any midfielders right now. El Neni is off to the AFCON. Pat is off to the AFCON. We're basically depending on Xhaka and Lokonga to play every single game, which is crazy. We have Nottingham Forest, Liverpool twice in the Carabao Cup. If that game goes ahead, Tottenham in the league, Wolves, we're actually going to play Wolves twice, I think, in the next 1 month if the game is rearranged because we didn't play last year when it was postponed. So Wolves is a tough team. Tottenham is a tough team. Liverpool is a tough team. Can you really play Xhaka and Lokonga every single game? I doubt. The other thing I said about Maitland-Niles is this is the 4th or 5th transfer window in a row that you're talking about Maitland-Niles. Is that really healthy? Two years ago, he was supposed to move to Wolves. We blocked it. He stayed. That's January. We moved on to West Brom. Didn't work out. They got relegated. They were signing him to help them stay up. It didn't work out. He didn't want relegation in his CV, but it is now on Wikipedia. Niles was relegated. No player wants that as well. At the beginning of the season, he also posted on Instagram asking the club to let him go because he wants to play. And this is another transfer window we are talking about Maitland-Niles again. So is it healthy? Should he just let him go? I don't know. Up to you. I put a poll in the chat. Make sure to vote. I'll come back to the answer. On loan is another weird thing. Loan and then come back next season. I'm thinking this is the time we actually need him because at the end of the season, especially if we get Champions League, we will definitely need to strengthen that midfield for sure. We cannot go for second-hand players. So Niles, this is the time Niles is needed because most of our midfielders are gone and we're only depending on Tomiyasu, especially if Cedric gets ill. So there was an opportunity for Niles to play, but he's going. So pretty weird. Pretty weird. Let me see what you guys are saying. Thank you, Eric. Maitland-Niles is going to learn from one of the gods, says Bob Marley. Mourinho, I mean, he was under Sam Allardyce last season, Big Sam, the legend. Mourinho is going to definitely maybe add some few things into his game that he maybe hasn't had. But I don't know. For me, to be honest, can I just be honest with you? I don't feel like Maitland-Niles is going to rapidly improve from where he is right now. He's already been here for 6 years. And the only time I can count maybe 6 or 7 games where Niles was good. I cannot even get to 10 games. We cannot really say he hasn't played because he's played more than 50 games for Arsenal. So we've had enough to actually see him and judge him and rate him. So I don't know if he's going to improve. For Saka, I can look at him and tell you, you know what, Saka is definitely going to improve. I can look at this one and tell you Smith Rowe can definitely improve. So for Niles, I don't think so. But yeah, it's being reported by several outlets, including Fabrizio Romano, that he will be moving to Roma on loan with no option to buy. So that is goodbye for now to Maitland-Niles. Again, a second back-to-back January transfer move on loan. Let's see. Jose has 25 trophies. No matter what, he can learn so much. He can, obviously, as well, playing in a different country in Italy. Roma fighting for top 7, top 4 there as well. He'll play in some big derbies like Roma against Lazio. He will talk on good teams like Inter Milan, AC Milan. It's going to be a tough one for him. Remember, Smith Rowe moved to Germany. Nelson moved to Germany. He's now gone to Netherlands as well. So it's always a challenge. I'm going to different countries. I think it's a challenge they would accept. Jose will teach him things that Atita can't. I don't even think Atita has time to teach him. I don't think Atita likes him at all. So interesting. Jose has won everything, and Jose has worked with the best in the business, and Jose is clever. His contract is also up. Yeah, the thing is, I think it's one of those good for everyone. Niles wants to go and play, good for him, we'll go and play. Ateta doesn't really rate him, good for Ateta. Roma needs someone to play in those positions, good for Roma. So it's win, win, win situation for every single team. Win, win, win. So for every single team and player, the player wants a move so that he can play. Arsenal don't really rate him. We've had him for 6 years, hasn't really improved to what we expected him to be. And Roma needs someone else, and he needs a different challenge in a different country. So I think it's beneficial for everyone in the deal. That's what I have to say about this. And Cookie says, good deal. So you're happy with Niles moving on loan. He will be back next season. So that is weird. Surely we are going to sign a midfielder next season to play alongside Partey. I think Lokonga will definitely be here next season. I think Xhaka will also be here next season. Maybe not as a starting player, but I mean, will Niles really play next season? I don't think so. So this was the time you're supposed to play because we don't have players. If we play Xhaka and Lokonga against Liverpool on Thursday, who plays against Nottingham Forest on Sunday? Are we going to play Xhaka and Lokonga again and then play them against Liverpool in the second leg? Again, play Xhaka and Lokonga again in the North London Derby, and then again in the next round of the FA Cup. They will be too tired. So yeah, a bit confusing that he's moving, unless, as I said, Arsenal have a few midfielders in mind. Maybe we're actually going to sign midfielders. Make sure to hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe if you're new on the road to 10,000. So I'm thinking they definitely have a midfielder in mind. There's 5-6 midfielders going around. Renato Sanchez is one from Lille. Obviously, we've been linked with him. Bruno Guimaraes from Lyon, we've been linked to him as well. Ruben Neves, we saw him playing last night against Manchester United. He was absolutely fantastic. I don't think we'll sign him in January. We'll have to splash the cash, so a bit out of place. They will ask for 60 million right now, so I don't think we'll pay that. So I think we'll definitely get a midfielder because we are short in numbers. If Xhaka does something, if let's say Xhaka got a red card the other day against Man City, we literally would not have had anyone to play this week because it was only Lokonga, unless they're trying to get Smith Rowe and Odegaard playing in midfield, or the other option is to play Ben White as a midfielder. We've seen Ben White playing against which team did he play at right back? Ben White at right back. Was it Norwich? There's a Norwich. I think it was Norwich. Ben White played at right back. Ben White can also play as a central midfielder. So can we see Ben White in that position? Could be. Maybe he can come back with Tammy. Good idea, Bob. Good idea, Bob. Maybe that's a strategy we are using. Come back with him and maybe Mourinho for some people. Some people still want Mourinho as manager. Loved Ainsley, but ultimately he needs improvement, and I'd like to see Patino get 4 minutes in his absence. We still need a midfielder. Now, I think it's a good time for Patino because there's no midfielder. You're the only one who's going to play, so I definitely think Patino will be in the squad to play against Nottingham Forest on Sunday. I think he will start maybe alongside Xhaka. Maybe we'll see him playing in that game. So pretty interesting for Niles. What are we losing with Niles? We're definitely losing a few things with Niles. Is it durability? That's not the word I'm looking for. Durability is when you can play a lot of games. I don't think Niles plays a lot of games. Basically, Niles can play in different positions. I've forgotten the word. It's not mobility. Why has the word escaped me? So Niles can play in different positions. That could be a good thing for Roma, maybe a bad thing for us because we're not going to see him covering all those positions. If someone gets injured at right back, we might not see him covering there. We might not have anyone covering in that position as well. So that is a bit sad. We're also losing, obviously, a loyal Arsenal player. He is a loyal Arsenal player. He's been here for a long time, so we can't really fault that. But as I said, if we sit down with all of you guys, I've seen your comment, Alex. I'll come to it. If we sit down with all of you guys and we compare Saka, let's say Saka, Smith Rowe, and Niles, and even Ketia, you can add him to the list. I hope the network is not bad. I can mention for you 10 good games Saka's had. I can mention for you 10 good games Smith Rowe has had. I can mention for you 10 good games Martinelli has had. But I will be struggling to mention for you 10 good games Niles has had. And we can say he's not been playing recently, but he's played more than 50 games for Arsenal. So we have a good list of games to pick out from, but I don't think you can mention. I can tell you Watford this season he played well. Manchester City and Chelsea in the semi-final and finals of the FA Cup, he did very well. And a few other games, but I don't think I can mention too many games like he's played well, unfortunately. Also, Niles wants to get into the national team, and we saw what Jose has done with Tammy. Tammy could have a chance. Niles, though, Bob, that midfield for England has too many players. I think Niles literally needs like 3 good years to get into that England team. Like that midfield alone, they could play Rice. They could play Foden could cover in that midfield position. They could play Calvin Phillips. Like so many players are wanting to play in that position. Ward-Prowse, Maddison. Grealish could be like, you know what, I can't play on the left or right. Let me play in midfield this time now. Like there's so many players in that team that it's going to be so hard for England to come in. It's just like the right back position at England. Even if how good you are, no matter how good you are, it's going to be pretty hard to play. He will probably come back with Mickey. Please, God, no. Please, God, Cookie, please. The memories of Mkhitaryan are not good. Arsenal should have tried to get Lorenzo Pellegrini. Oh, yeah, from Roma. He plays for Roma, right? And now it's part of the deal. So he could be a good option, Pellegrini. The times I've seen Roma play, I always hear him like in goal involvements, like assists and goals. But it's going to be interesting. We are linked with 5-6 midfielders at the moment. So let's see which we get. Do I think we'll definitely get a midfielder? For sure. I don't think fighting for top 4, we can't go for the rest of the season with no midfielder, with no backup right back, with no backup striker. We can't do it. It will be risky because I don't expect United to just lose every single game. Tottenham win their games in hand, they're ahead of us. So we will be chasing. Versatile. There you go, Cookie. Why did that name disappear? Versatility is the name I was looking for, not durability and mobility. So many illities. So versatility is the name I'm looking for. Yeah, you're right, Cookie. I feel he has been treated badly by Arsenal, and Ateta, I wish him all the best. I don't think Ateta likes him, unfortunately, Alex. But as you say, he's been treated badly. Saka came into our team and he's taken his chance from day one. Same with Smith Rowe. Maybe Smith Rowe not from day one because he was still here around 2017, 2018, and none of us really took him into interest that much. But he has taken his chance now. Look at Martinelli right now. Getting his chance, he's taking it. The new players we've signed right from the start, Tomias, Ramsdale, taking their chances. Ramsdale, if you had his interview with Ben Foster, he actually did say, I did not expect to play for Arsenal this season. I thought he was going to be on the bench. Leno was going to start. He got his chance against Norwich. He's taking it. So Niles, over the years, the last 6 years, he's had his chances. That FA Cup season, there was no one playing in that position. He had his chance. When Bellerin did not play for an entire season, Niles was the only cover we had in that position. So he's had his chances. Whether we can say he's not a right back, whether we can say he's not a left back, whether we can say he's not a central midfielder, Saka is not a left back. He played at left back for us. Saka is not a central midfielder. He played in that position as well. Saka is not a right wing back. He played in that position as well. Odegaard is not a left winger. He's played for us there. Ben White is not a right back. He played for us when we needed them there. I needed him there. Tomiyasu, when Gabriel got a red card, Tomiyasu came into centre back for a few minutes. He did not complain. So I don't think it's great to complain about positions right now. So I think he's had his chance before, maybe not recently in the last 1 year, but before he's had, and as I said, we cannot mention 10 good games that we will remember from him. The network is okay. Thank you, RK. Bob says at right back, Niles can get into the team at right back for England. Wow, Bob. Trent, Wan-Bissaka, Trippier, Walker, so many players. I mean, good luck to him. If he can get that position ahead of Trent, good luck to him. Like, that is very, very hard. He doesn't get in over Trippier, Walker, Trent. I even forgot James. There you go. Reece James as well. Like 5, 6 right backs that cannot be played. And even if he plays with 5 defenders, as he always does, Southgate, I think getting that position is very hard. I think the positions he can fight for in England are centre back, because I don't rate Mings. I don't rate Maguire for sure. I think Stones is all over the place as well. I think centre back is a good position for any player to get a chance in. Left back, I think you can get a space to get to play at left back as well. The way Chilwell is currently injured, Shaw has been all over the place as well for Man United this season. Central midfield, I think it's impossible. Striking, I think you could get, maybe if Kane goes off, you could fight with Tammy Abraham and those kind of players to play as striker. But the midfield positions, right back, I think it's basically hard. And right back, it's impossible because the best goalkeeper, Ramsdale, is the goalkeeper who should play. So even if you're Buffon, it's going to be pretty hard for you to cover for Ramsdale. It's going to be hard. So every other position is open, but those positions, I don't think so. RK says smash the like button. Absolutely. Make sure to hit the like button if you haven't yet. I'll appreciate it. Lewis, how are you, man? Hope you're having a good year. He says, glad it isn't a loan to buy. Hope he has a really good spell. I hope he does as well. I mean, the last long spell he had at West Brom, he got relegated. So, unfortunately, for Roma won't get relegated. So let's see how he does at Roma. Do I think he will help them? I think so. I think Tammy has gone there, he's helped them. Mkhitaryan is actually doing well there as well. Pellegrini is doing well. Smalling is a baller there as well. So they have a few players doing well. Lewis says currently doing homework. No problem, Lewis. Head over and get your homework done. It's education first as always, Lewis, as they always tell us, as they always tell you as well. Let's get the homework done as well. Let's hope Achita is getting his squad homework done as well. The transfer window. Let's hope Edu is doing his homework as well in the transfer window. The reason why I'm not too bothered about the transfer window at the moment and not complaining about why they're not signed players yet 5 days into January. The last time, Lokonga, we signed Lokonga and Tavares in the second month, and we were like, who's Lokonga? Who's Tavares? And then we had to wait such a long time to get Ben White, although he had been talked about for 3 months. And then we had to wait for the last day to get Tomiyasu, the last 1 week to get Ramsdale, the last 2 weeks to get Odegaard. So let's see how they do it right now. But there are very many crucial games in the next 2 weeks. So Liverpool are trying to get the game postponed, by the way. They're actually trying to get the game postponed. They have a lot of COVID cases. There's a couple of advantages with that. One advantage and one disadvantage. One advantage is it gets us time to get a midfielder. Yes. But the big disadvantage is it gets time for the likes of Mane and Salah to be back for at least the second leg. And I wanted us to play them before those guys come back. That if they come back, then we're in trouble for the second leg, especially. So Liverpool wants the game to be postponed this week. So it might not be played. We might not play on Thursday. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's the latest news. I've also talked about the previous videos that we've talked about Alexander Isak to Arsenal from Real Sociedad. Vlahovic apparently doesn't want to join Arsenal. Jonathan David has been mentioned from Lille. Aubameyang to Newcastle is a possibility as well. So Arsenal, as always, when it comes to the transfers, we are linked to and players are linked away from us. About 500 players in one summer and winter transfer window. It's always like that with Arsenal, always all over the place. So what are your final thoughts on Maitland-Niles? Is it a good deal? Is it a bad deal? He will be moving. And also, as Fabrizio says, Balogun could be moving to Middlesbrough on loan as well. That is something crazy as well. Like if Balogun moves and Aubameyang isn't here and Ketia moves, we will only have Lacazette as the striker for all those fixtures, all those different competitions. That is going to be pretty weird, pretty weird as well. I think we will get at least two players because we need a midfielder, we need a striker, we need a backup defender, maybe a right back or someone, because now with Niles leaving, we are short on numbers, definitely short on numbers. Xhaka and Lokonga cannot play every single game. So that's the latest on Maitland-Niles. Let me see what you guys have voted for. I did ask, do you guys think that is a good idea or a bad idea? His medical will be done in the next 48 hours, so he will be moving away very soon. He will be moving away pretty soon. The fourth transfer in a row, we are talking about Maitland-Niles. So I think it's just good for him to go and get some game time. Patino could be getting his chance now. We could see Odegaard in midfield. We could see Ben White in midfield because we are short in numbers. And I do expect Partey and El Neni to go far in the African Cup. Speaking of the African Cup, I've done a prediction show for the African Cup on my other channel. That's Glen Kightley, Everything Football. I'll comment with it right now. I don't know if you can click on it. Can I put the link? You can go and subscribe to that and check out my preview. How far do I expect the likes of Ghana to get? How far do I expect Egypt to get? Because I do expect them to get to at least the quarterfinals. So we won't be seeing those guys anytime soon. We won't be seeing them anytime soon at all. So that is the second channel. Make sure to subscribe. I've seen Lewis there. I've seen RK there. I've seen Cookie there before. So let's see how it goes. Roberto sounds like an Italian name. So I'm guessing you're a Roma fan. Roberto, how are you? I'm guessing you're a Roma fan with those colors as well, red and yellow. So good luck. Take care of Maitland-Niles. It's a new country for him. Make sure to take care of him. The votes, I did ask Maitland-Niles to Roma, is it a good move or should we have kept him? 67% have said good move and 33% have said should have kept him. So 67% of you agree that it's okay for him to move. It's a good move for him to go to Roma, enjoy the rest of the season, 4 months to go. Roma also in the Conference League, so he will get some European football, something he doesn't get at Arsenal. So Maitland-Niles to AS Roma. 67% agree, 33% don't agree. Final thoughts before I end it. I think I'm 50-50 because we don't have midfielders right now. I thought he could have helped us right now, but it's good for him because he will get some game time. Number two, it is a good deal for all the parties. Doesn't look like Arteta fancies him. Doesn't look like Niles fancies staying at Arsenal, unfortunately, the last 5 months. And it looks like Roma need a player in that position, so good for all parties. Number three, unfortunately, as I said at the beginning, I don't think Niles has taken those opportunities over the years. Yes, you can say recently hasn't played, but he's been here for 5 or 6 years. Saka, Martinelli, and Smith Rowe have been here for 1 or 2 years, and they've done more than Niles has done all those years. And Niles has played. He hasn't played the last 1 year, but he's had chances to play over the last 6 years. So we have to be very strict. Same with Nketiah. All these players we've had at Arsenal for such a while. I'm hoping by the time we get to 2023 summer window, Nketiah won't be here, Niles won't be here, Leno won't be here, Kolasinac won't be here, El Neni won't be here, Lacazette won't be here. Some of you would say Aubameyang. I don't think Aubameyang will be here by next year anyway. So all those players who've been here for 5-6 years, I'm hoping we'd have moved all of them, and I'm hoping we'll be now with the likes of Ben White, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu leading the team, those kind of players. Xhaka as well, I forgot. He should be another one who should not be here in the next 1 year. So we need to move out all these players who've been comfortable for all this while. Shout out to you, Lewis. Thank you, Roberto. Thank you, Cookie. Thank you, RK. Thank you, Bob, Alex. All of you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Eric, GGMU TV, and RD12. Anyone else who tuned in, I appreciate it. That's the latest on Niles. Let's hope it works out for him. We'll be talking more about him tomorrow. I'll do another live stream. As of now, thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.